Hey, don't click off. Give me a chance. In our first fight in the welterweight division, we have Bassel Elliot versus Oban Hafez. 100% guaranteed we are in for a scrap for our first fight opening, and that's good. It's the start of a pay-per-view. You gotta have something that'll pull in the fans. This is perfect. Both guys are also good on offense and okay at defense, but leave many openings. If this goes to the ground, I bet we will see a bunch of scrambles because both of these guys are amazing on the ground. Hey, are you still with me? Hey, his ADHD is acting up. Hey, pass the aux, matey. So we're in for quite a war, and I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna be going for Oban Elliot, although this is a very competitive fight and a very fun fight. But you can't rob McGee Gall like that and expect to get away with it. This man fought CM Punk. It's in the world. He's going to get his revenge somehow, some way. Oban Elliot is going to be the one to do it by decision. Speaking of the GOAT himself, we have McGee Gall versus Ramzi Brahimaj. Pronunciation possibly terrible. Anyway, I got McGee Gall. Ramzi is one of those guys who wins, loses, win, loses, win, loses. And this is where that cycle breaks because McGee Gall has the perfect style to take this man down, control him, and keep him at a distance on the feet. Yeah, this is perfect for McGee Gall. I got him by decision. This is one of those fights where you don't really know who's going to win because one guy's going in with a superior striking set and good takedown defense, and the other guy's going in with amazing grappling and not that great of a striking set, but good enough to ward them off against guys who are good strikers because they're so worried about the takedowns. This is going to be a hard one to predict, honestly. And the betting gods also on most websites have him as a pick'em fight. So you know what we'll do? Exactly that. We'll pick him. I got the knees because I need some new blood in this heavyweight division. I got him by second round KO. This fight got freaking canceled. It got canceled, man. I wanted to see this fight. Why'd it get canceled, man? Next up at lightweight, we have an absolute banger. One of the best fights on the card by far. Jim Miller versus Damon Jackson. Yeah, nobody's excited for this fight. It's the crafty veteran who's been taking out all of the new people or all of the old vets versus Damon Jackson, the mid-card. Look, I'm gonna just put it to you like this, all right? Damon Jackson has only lost to people like Elliot, Dan Ige, my boy Billy Quarantillo, and Chepe Mariscal, I'm pretty sure is how you say his name. These are all either very solid fighters or very dangerous contenders. And Ilya Taporia is a champion now, so yeah, let that sink in. No way, I just stuttered. Anyway, I got Damon Jackson, but I do think this will be by decision. This will just be a long, drawn-out fight. Maybe boring, too. Next up is Chris Weidman versus Eric Anders. Now, I got something to tell y'all. UFC said that they were going to bring back the old gloves for this fight card specifically. Now, I want to tell y'all something. Two people on this card are devious eye pokers. Chris Weidman and John Jones, who we'll talk about later. If you want to know what I mean with Chris Weidman, just go watch his fight with Bruno Silva. And we will get to John Jones later, trust me. But for this fight, I will be going with Chris Weidman. Eric Anders is like all kinds of mid, and even with an old, rusty, cheating Chris Weidman, yeah, he's going to destroy Eric Anders. I don't think Eric Anders has anything for this man other than like obviously a knockout. What else does he have for Chris Weidman? Just to let y'all know too, Eric Anders' last two wins are people that aren't even in the UFC anymore, man. Like, yeah, Chris Weidman got this in the bag by decision more than likely too. Talk about a banger. Jonathan Martinez and Marcus McGee is probably going to be one of the most entertaining fights on this card by far. Now, while this is definitely a massive step up in competition for Marcus McGee from his last three opponents, which all three of them he did finish, by the way, Jonathan Martinez is a problem. The only person to stop this man really so far in a very convincing fashion is Jose Aldo, and that's because you can't outkick Jose Aldo. And before this fight, he was on a 6-fight winning streak, y'all. Now, as impressive as that is, there are some very mid names on this 6-fight winning streak list. And walking into this fight, I'm not really too worried about Martinez. I'm worried about Marcus McGee, simply because I want to know how he deals with leg kicks. If you cannot get past leg kicks, you will not beat Jonathan Martinez. And one weakness I've seen from Martinez is digging to the body. Digging to the body not only cuts off some of this man's cardio, but it also slows him down massively. So in order to beat Jonathan Martinez, you need to be able to move around his leg kicks or defend his leg kicks. You need boxing combinations in order to slow this man down and force him to think on his feet, which he's not really too good at. You need the grappling in order to nullify his grappling. I think Marcus McGee is the perfect opponent for Jonathan Martinez. I got Marcus McGee by third round KO, actually. This is one where the betting gods are not going to steer you astray. I did not just say Mauricio. Mauricio Rufy versus James Lontop. I definitely agree with those odds down there. I don't think they're leading you astray whatsoever. Mauricio Rufy should go in here and make this look easy. We're all aware of the massive blow up of the fighting nerds, and Mauricio Rufy is one of those guys, and that just means that this fight is already decided, more than likely. I got Mauricio Rufy by second round KO. The only way, and I mean the only way, Bo Nickel is losing to Paul Craig is if he gets caught in a triangle while on the ground, because Paul Craig on the ground is like one of the most riskiest things ever. And before y'all start calling Paul Craig a scrub, he submitted Magomed Ankalaev. Now, I will say this. If Bo Nickel does get caught in the Paul Craig triangle, if he loses to Paul Craig via triangle, that means he's going to be absolutely great one day. He's going to be champion possibly. I don't know. It just seems like when you lose to Paul Craig, your career just going to blow up massively. I don't know. He has a reverse effect on people. I don't understand it myself. I got Bo Nickel by round 1 knockout. Something in my mind is telling me to go for Michael Chandler in this fight, simply because we saw in the first fight that Michael Chandler was basically owning Charles Oliveira everywhere in the first round. On the feet, on the ground, it didn't matter. And then in round 2, Charles Oliveira came out and immediately slumped him. So that's what makes this fight a little bit tricky. Do I go with the striking and grappling prowess and fight IQ of Charles Oliveira, who loves to just run into the fire sometimes, which is going to get him KO'd if he does that against Chandler? Or do I go with low fight IQ, extremely powerful, good everywhere, but once again, extremely low fight IQ, Michael Chandler? I love Charles Oliveira, and I really want to see him win, but I'm going to go with my gut feeling. I say Michael Chandler is going to win by first round KO. Now, I won't say the most undeserving title shot, because Stipe Miocic already deserved a rematch, but Francis Ngannou left the promotion, and he probably wouldn't have beat Francis anyway. He is still a former champion who lost his belt and never got his immediate rematch. Jon Jones, on the other hand, the company has been doing absolutely everything to ensure Jon Jones' victory. All Jon Jones needs to go in there and do is win, and nothing would make me happier than to see him lose. There's no way you do all this evil stuff and you walk out on top and get your fairy tale ending. I will not like it at all if he does. A Stipe knockout would literally heal this entire heavyweight division. If Stipe goes in there and knocks out Jon Jones, the entirety of the heavyweight division will heal. And I can bet Stipe would be more willing to fight Tom Aspinall than Jon Jones any day of the week. Even though y'all think Stipe's old and scared, like, no, it's not the case at all. Stipe is still a good boxer. Age doesn't really matter as much as y'all make it seem in the heavyweight division. Stipe doesn't have to worry about getting knocked out by Jon Jones. Jon Jones has always struggled with pocket boxers or boxers in general who can match his length. Stipe is not only good at defending takedowns, but he's also a wrestler himself, albeit not on Jon Jones' level, of course. And Stipe also has very good fight IQ himself. I am really going for Stipe in this fight. I don't care. You can say what you want about me. I know most of you think Jon Jones is the most unbeatable thing ever. I don't believe it. He's in a new division, one where if you get touched, doesn't matter how good your chin is, you can go to sleep. And Stipe Miocic rocked Francis Ngannou on multiple occasions in 2 different fights. I want this UFC heavyweight division to heal. I want Stipe Miocic to win by first round KO. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on all of my social medias that I'm going to put up right here. And I hope you enjoyed the predictions, which you probably didn't because I have a very monotone voice. Shut up.